What's up guys, here's me again, Cannondale, and this is my daily episode for you. Now you've been asking me lately about some detailed specs of this black dude, like weight, geometry, components and the price perhaps. So there you go, a special episode on Killer V on our channel. Now why am I called Cannondale? It's because my name is Daniel, hi to the world, and when I was 18 years old in 1998, my parents bought me for my 5th cross-country racing season same exact bike. It wasn't this one, but it was like same model, same color, same components, with one little difference. It wasn't a Killer V version, it was a F900 with the straight top tube. This one has like a broken one, super stiff bad boy Killer V 900. So as you can see the bike here with all the components, with the bottle cages, with the original Koda Babu bar ends, I love them, and the Garmin mount on the handlebar. It weighs 10.7 kilos in large size. Remember, this is 26er, so we have 26-inch wheel size, right? And this is nothing new. This is old school. So 10.7 kilos. And all the components all together here costed me like $600. So it's around $600, and the bike is really race ready. So let's start with some components that you must be interested in. First off, we have a beautiful frame set. The frame is pretty light. It should weigh just around 1600 grams, but it is super stiff and bulletproof. So as you can see, this top tube, we have actually 2 top tubes on this bike, and super stiff head tube make up a super strong frame set. This one really goes like a hell through the corners, and like now on the new bikes we are happy having like tapered head tubes with 1.5 bearing on the bottom and 1.18 at the top one. Here we have 1.5, 1.5, and it was like 17 years ago. So super stiff stuff. Now the disadvantage of this one is, of course, there was no so-called now by Cannondale safe system. So these tubes here will just be super stiff, and if you go through some rough terrain, you will feel rough. So that's the disadvantage, but it is super stiff. I just love it. It's kind of harsh for the rider, but it also gives you this feeling of having like a bulletproof stuff. So I do like it a lot. Now the fork we have here is the Hedgehog DD60 with 60 mils of travel, which is like nothing for today's bikes, but in my opinion just enough for cross-country racing, and I will be racing a lot. Actually, you can see all the dust, all the dirt. It looks lovely with this dust, in my opinion. Yesterday I just went through the racing track for the next Sunday, and it's lovely. I'm gonna show you those single tracks. Lovely stuff. Here we have, of course, the steel spring and the elastomer. So we have MCU unit in the spring. We have the oil damping, and we have a full lockout here with this. It's not like a lever, but this little thing here on the top of your fork, super comfortable. Why I love Hedgehog? Because it is super stiff. You never see your wheel dancing to the front and to the back and forth, because this thing is super stiff. Now this is Hedgehog like a P-bone, so it's not a fatty. It doesn't have the aluminum uppers, but the steel one, so it's a bit heavier. Since we are here in the front, we have some basic Koda Performance aluminum handlebar. The width of this handlebar is 54 centimeters. I love 54 centimeters. I do ride like 29ers. I did ride some wider bars, but this one is just awesome in my opinion. Koda Babu these bar ends almost no one uses, maybe except for Jose Hermida, the bar ends. I love bar ends. I will never give up using bar ends. They help me a lot, changing position, my wrist, my back, aerodynamics and comfort. I love it. Now, I don't have any grips on my handlebar. I just use a bar tape. This was a bar tape from my road bike, which I wrapped here, and I love it. Absolutely, that's absolutely the best option. It's super cheap. It didn't cost me any money, and I did wrap it so that I will have like a thinner handlebar here to the side and thicker just for my first and second finger to grasp here. So with my thumb and the pointing finger, I feel so comfortable here, and it's super good on rough terrain. I need it because we have 60 minutes of travel and super stiff aluminum frame. Now we have one by system here, so Diori shifter only for the rear derailleur, and some old Diori XT V-brakes. Now these V-brakes, in my opinion, are super good. I do love the shape of those levers. Super simple to maintain, super cheap actually. Of course, I bought them used. What I don't like is this parallelogram system, because it's kind of noisy, so I don't like it. But for the power, now people, I did ride like a lot, like Magura Martha or Avid Juicy. Yes, hydraulic brakes are in general stronger, but I don't feel a lack of braking power, not at all. And you will see that a lot in this season, racing season, on the downhills, as I'm going to be filming all of my races. Crankset. This is the 1x system. Once more, I have 1x10, and this one is the Shimano XTR 970 crank arms. In my opinion, one of the best crank arms today to make a 1x drivetrain, because you buy these are kind of light, durable in my opinion, and you would buy them for, let's say, around maybe like 80 to 100 and something dollars. Then you buy just a narrow white chainring, which I bought here in Poland. So this is the Polish brand, and this works just great. Okay, since we're here, pedals super basic, cheap, not very light. Shimano M520, durable, very good for sand, and are doing great job for myself. Very nice performance of clipping in and clipping out. I like them. So 520 model. Now in the rear I have same XT with this parallelogram system. I'm gonna replace those with maybe some older SRAM. We'll see. Maybe KCNC, I would like to have them, but those maybe won't be as strong. Rear derailleur, you know from my reviews and tests, Shimano Z. It's kind of light, it's very strong. It has this Shadow Plus system, and it's really holding the drivetrain in a very well manner. I love it. The cassette is 1 through 36 10-speed Diori, so it's kind of heavy, but working great with my HGX Shimano chain. It works awesome. Now one update to the finish line wet loop, which I just did like test like yesterday or 2 days ago. After another like 40 miles, I did start to hear that we need some oil here. So it was really durable, as you can see, like long lasting, this oil, because there was a lot of dust on the track yesterday and I did push my bike to the limit. So it will be now after like 90, 40, 130 miles on this oil, and now it is dry. So that finish line wet loop, very good. Now rear wheel. Rear wheel is just some old kind of wheel, because I cannot find the wheel matching my front rim. I have just some sun rims, and just pay attention to this one, STX RC rear hub. Can you believe it? It's still working great. So STX RC. This wheel is heavy, but in the front we have a super cool Mavic Crossmac, a ceramic one. This was not the tubeless version, so it's not tubeless ready. though I did use a tape from no tube, Stance no tube, and I did make a tubeless wheel on this wheel with my Schwalbe tire, but this one now is with the inner tube, and I got flat yesterday. Lots of thorns on the track, but in the rear it's like the same system, my Maxxis tires with the inner tube, but here I was able to remove the valve and put some Stance no tube sealant, so it's just fine. Here lots of thorns, and I did have a puncture. Lucky enough, I made all the all the training yesterday. I came home and the flat just showed that it's flat just today in the morning. So it was leaking like very slowly. This Mavic Crossmax wheel is a very good wheel, stiff enough, and it's just 100% true. It has so many years now. I love it, absolutely love it. I'm looking for the same one to the rear, but it's not that easy to find. Now the seat post, it's some basic Ritchie Pro, so it's heavy, but the saddle is absolutely awesome. San Marco Aspide with the cutout I have, super comfortable. I just love this saddle, absolutely love it. Now geometries, kind of interesting because these are like vintage geometries. One that you'd be maybe surprised with is the rear triangle. If we look at the chainstay length, we have here 43 centimeters. Can you believe that? 43 centimeters for 26er. So it's like very long. The wheelbase is like 108 centimeters. But 43 centimeters here for 26-inch wheel, that's a long one. Isn't it nimble for myself? I'm loving it on the single tracks. I'm really quick on the single tracks, on the corners, but that's not the bike for having fun doing wheelies. That's maybe one thing that really maybe bother me, if you will. But as for being nimble, of course, the longer the chainstay, the more stable the bike is, but not that, you know, fast in the corners. I love it in the corners. I'm gonna show you also that on my videos. So that's basically it. Once more, $600, 10.7 kilos. What's good news for me here, that I can spend like just another maybe $100, and yeah, I can easily come down just below 10 kilos with this bike. So it's really good thing. Now we are talking here a lot about used components. What is new is the chain, the derailleur, cassette, the shifters, of course the saddle and the seat post and the pedals. All the rest is used, like the frame set, of course. This Crossmax I bought it used. This wheel, some super old wheel, it was just in my storage somewhere. XDR crankset, used one, and that's basically it. So I'm loving this bike. Of course, this is kind of like a vintage, like old school stuff, but I'm gonna be racing a whole year now on this bike, and you will see how it will turn out. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know on what bikes are you riding and racing. Give me some thumbs up, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.